How do you get the icky, sticky, greasy crap off the front of kitchen cupboards? That's a great question, and we're going to talk about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. In order to answer the question today, I'm going to do two demonstrations. I'm going to show you the regular way to clean the cupboards, then I'm going to show you a speed cleaning way. The reason I'm going to show you both is because the kitchen that we're cleaning today has 79 panels on the fronts of cabinet doors and also drawers that are in the kitchen. That does not include the bathrooms in this house. It's just the kitchen, 79 panels. So that's a lot of cleaning, and we can clean it the regular way, or we can do a speed cleaning way. There are two products that we're going to use. The first one is Murphy Oil Soap Wood Cleaner. This is a ready-to-use product. You spray it on and you do the cleaning. There's no rinsing. The other one is its sister product, which is a product that you mix with water. And so we're going to use both of these today. This is for the regular way. This is for the speed cleaning way. Okay? So we're going to do a product review on both of those. Our work smart, not hard tools. For the regular way, you're going to need some kind of a bowl or a bucket that holds about a gallon of water. You're also going to need your deep cleaning brushes. These are OXO deep cleaning brushes that we use for all the nooks and crannies and crevices and around the handles and all that stuff. You can also use a toothbrush, but these have really durable nylon bristles, and I recommend these instead. So these are your work smart, not hard tools. I will leave links in the show notes to those in case you don't have a set already. You're going to need some clean cotton terry cloths, and this is to wipe down your cupboards once you're done cleaning. Another tool that you will need is a non-scratch scrub sponge that you're going to use with the grain of the wood as you scrub off the icky, sticky, greasy stuff off your cupboards. All right, so this is for the regular way that we're going to use with the Murphy oil soap that we're going to mix. These are our tools for that. All right, for the speed cleaning version, we're going to use an electric drill. Now, most people have an electric drill in their house somewhere, or their garage, or whatever. If you don't, it's probably a good investment. What we're talking about here, though, is a drill bit brush that is designed for kitchen cabinets. Okay, this just pops off. It's part of a set of 4, and the set of 4 retails for $31.95. I will leave links in the show notes to that as well. Because we're going to be doing 79 cabinets today, this is the tool that we're going to use. It just pops in here, you screw it on, and this is going to replace the need for our OXO brushes, right? All the nooks and crannies and all that stuff. This brush is going to do that job. Now, if you're going to a customer's house, one of the first things that they're going to ask you is, can you get all the icky, sticky, greasy stuff off my kitchen cupboards? That is not part of your normal cleaning. That is an upsell. And we can do this entire kitchen, all 79 panels, with this tool in under 1 hour. I'm going to show you how to do that. So time is of the essence. Yes, it is an upsell. Yes, you're going to do it. And my suggestion is this. The family that has the icky, sticky, greasy stuff in the kitchen probably also has it in the bathrooms. So don't forget to include the bathroom panels also in your bid when you bid this house for this job. All right, let's look at a couple of other things before we begin. Because we're going to be doing a project that has 79 panels, we're going to make sure that we protect our eyes with our safety glasses, and then also we're going to be wearing disposable gloves. Probably not necessary for this product, but we're going to just wear them for our own personal protection. All right, let's take a look at the safety data sheet, and we'll figure out exactly how to be safe when using this product. All right, number 1, the information. Where does the product come from? It comes from the Murphy family, who started the company back in 1889. They first marketed it in 1910, and then the family-owned business marketed the product in Ohio all the way through to 1991, where they sold it to Colgate-Palmolive. Booyah! All right, the hazards. What are the hazards? This product could become a skin irritant, so just be aware of that. What's it made of? Well, it's made of water, coconut, plant-based derivatives, and limonene, which is the oil from citrus rinds. And what are the first aid measures? Well, if you get it in your eyes, you want to flush your eyes with water. If you get it on your hands, you want to wash your hands with soap and water. And if for any reason you should swallow it, and I hope you don't, you want to take a drink of water and dilute that. All right, what are the firefighting measures? This is not a combustible product. There should be no fire hazards associated with it. But if a fire does start, a regular household fire extinguisher will put it out. Okay, what happens if you spill it or there's an accidental release? Use a damp cloth and wipe it up. The handling and storage. You want to keep this out of direct sunlight. You want to keep it in a cool, dry, well-ventilated place. All right, the physical and chemical properties. This is a liquid. It's an orange liquid. It smells like citrus, and it has a pH of 10. All right, it is a stable product, and it won't decompose if it's stored and applied properly. All right, in the toxicological information, there's a statement here that I'd like to read on acute toxicity. This formula was reviewed by expert toxicologists in the Product Safety Assurance Department of Colgate-Palmolive and is determined to be safe for its intended use. The product is also biodegradable. And the disposal considerations. Once you have an empty jar or bottle of this, it can simply go in your recycling bin. And the transportation information. It is not regulated by air, land, or sea, so you can order it online and have it shipped to you. You can ship it off to your kid at college. You can put it in your cleaning caddy and drive across town to your customer's house. No questions asked. And the regulatory information. It has been listed with the EPCRA, which is the Emergency Planning and Community Right to Know Act, under the components of sodium hydroxide and hydrogen peroxide. Also, this product does not contain any hazardous air pollutants as defined by the U.S. Clean Air Act or any toxic pollutants listed under the U.S. Clean Water Act. Now I'm going to show you how to clean the cabinets, and I'm going to show you the regular way first, and then I'll show you the speed cleaning way. And for the benefit of our podcast listeners, what we're looking at are some cinnamon-colored cabinets that have a bunch of junk and gunk on the front of them. Now, we are going to mix up some Murphy oil soap. We're using 1/4 cup of Murphy oil soap with a gallon of warm water. And we're going to mix this up in a bowl, and we're going to do a water test. The water test is if you put it on the cabinets and it discolors the cabinets, like it makes them darker, then that is not finished. The wood is not finished, and you cannot use the Murphy oil soap on it. These happen to be finished cabinets, which they have got kind of a glaze or a shine on them. And so then we can use the Murphy oil soap. So now that we're mixing up the water, we're going to use our non-scratch scrub sponge. And there's a key with water. You do not want to get water on wood, but we need it for the cleaning process. So we're going to squeeze the sponge out as tight as we can and use the minimum amount of water to clean the cabinets. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to use a Swiffer duster. Any duster will work. And we're going to go over all the nooks and crannies of the cabinet. And we're going to make sure that we have all the dust off the cabinets because we don't want to mix the dust in with our soap. Now, one of the things that we did here was we took all of the knobs off because they were all icky and sticky. And now we put them inside a small container with 2 drops of Dawn dishwashing soap, and we're going to let them soak while we clean the rest of the cabinets. All right, now we have our Murphy soap mixed up, and we're just going to start with the corner of the cabinet, and we're going to work along with the grain of the wood. And we're not going to scrub too hard. We're not going to use a lot of elbow grease. We just want to get as much of the gunk off as we possibly can. Then once we've wet the cabinet down a little bit, we're going to come back with our OXO cleaning brushes, and we're going to go ahead and clean all the nooks and crannies and try to get out the stuff that doesn't come off on the first pass. And using the brushes, we will just go back over all of the edges and all of the rims and all of the indentations where the cabinet has junk and gunk and stuff that's stuck in there. We'll try to get as much of that off as we possibly can. All right, now going in alignment with the grain of the wood, we're going to clean as much of these panels as we possibly can. We're going to open the doors. We're going to clean around the edges where the doors seal because a lot of times gunk will also drip down there. Like I say, we've taken off all the handles and all the knobs. And so once we get these completely clean, then we'll put all the knobs back on and everything will look as good as new. Now, one of the keys with using the Murphy oil soap is once we've cleaned this, we will just wipe it down with a dry towel. We don't even need to go back over and rinse it off. The Murphy oil soap has oil in it. So as it cleans, it's also polishing. And now that our cabinets are clean, we're going to use our OXO cleaning brush and clean the little knobs to make sure that we got all the gunk and toothpaste and garbage or whatever this is on here, that we got this off. All right, now that those are all nice and clean, we're going to dry them off with our terry cloth, and then we're going to go ahead and screw these back on. I do carry a small screwdriver inside my cleaning caddy for moments just like this. So after I've cleaned up the knobs, I'm going to just tighten them back on to make sure that they are tight, and then everything is restored to the exact way before we started cleaning them. All right, now we're inside the kitchen, and this is the formula number 2, where we're going to be using the ready-to-use spray and also the speed cleaning method. We're doing the exact same process where we've used our Swiffer duster, and we're checking all of the knobs to see if they have any gunk on them. And they don't, so we're going to go ahead and leave the knobs on these kitchen cabinets because they're not super icky. And we're just going to make sure that when we use our drill bit brush that we go around them and that we don't knock into them with our brush. Now we're going with the grain of the wood with the drill bit brush. And we're going up and down where the panels of the doors go up and down, and then we're going across the top where the grain of the wood goes across the top of the panel. And we're going to make sure that we hit the edges and also the ridges of the inside of the panels of the doors of the cabinets. And this replaces the need for using the OXO deep cleaning brushes. So when we're done here, we'll just wipe this down, and this is the process, how quickly it goes, and then we will be done here in just a second. And we're going to work in a pattern in sections. So we're not going to do the whole kitchen at once. We're only going to do this section at once. And then I have a towel underneath where I'm working in case any of the cleaning solution should drip on the floor. It will drip on this towel instead. Now I'm using my white terry cloth to just do a final polishing of this cabinet. So you see how quickly this process went, and we did 3 panels here in the time that I'm talking. I simply spray on the Murphy oil soap, I grab my drill brush, I go around the edges, and I make sure that they are clean, and the edges of where the drawers meet. Sometimes you got to pull the drawers out so that you can get around all the edges and nooks and crannies. And this drill brush is going to do all of the work that the OXO deep cleaning brush was going to do for us. So you see, this is how quickly this goes. And within a matter of just a couple of moments, we will have done this entire section of the kitchen cabinets. So it goes really fast. It's so much quicker, maybe 5 or 6 times quicker than the regular method that we did on the other cabinets that I just showed you. And now we take our cotton cloth and we wipe them down. And this polishes them as we go, so we don't need to wash them with water or anything else. These are like brand new now. And they just shine and they look magnificent. One note of advice, there are a lot of house cleaners that because they have a solution for one thing, they think that solution is good for all things. And I love eraser sponges, I'm a huge fan, but I'm not a huge fan for cabinets because eraser sponges are actually a fine sandpaper. It will sand off the finish of your cabinet, even if your sponge is wet. So please, whatever you do, do not use eraser sponges on finished cabinets. Alrighty, now we've had a chance to take a look at the Murphy Oil Soap Wood Cleaner, and I'm going to give this product the Savvy Cleaner seal of approval. This is the product that I want you to use to get the icky, sticky, greasy gunk off of people's cupboards. This product is a product you can count on, and it will do the job every single time consistently. Now, if you know somebody that has the icky, sticky, greasy gunk on their kitchen cupboards, send this video to them, or better yet, upsell your service and go clean it for them. Now, I want to start a conversation in the notes below. Have you used it? If you haven't, are you going to? And when you do, I want to hear your experience. So let's start a conversation in the notes below. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.